of brand new year, so it's still 6th day of new year. So still, if you're just joining me, happy new year, happy new year, happy first week of the year. You know, this year is literally started like the beginning of the week, so you're getting like all fresh stuff this week. So like we said, or like if you know or you don't know, is the boom bar. The boom bar is basically about gisting about everything politics, entertainment, sports, and everything else in between over drinks. And we just sit back, relax, just gist away. So, my name is Dauda Lawal Dare, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar this afternoon.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us live at the Boom Bar. And at the bar, what do? You get the drinks, you get the guys in, and you have the gist. And when we say guys in the media, we are not gender-centric in the media. We're not gender-specific. We are gender-neutral. And when we say gentlemen, we mean everybody. So we got the guys. One of the guys is the one doing the...
No, now, there are words that are very, what's it called? When they say gender neutral now, don't come and...
No, it's not those modern ones. Though. It's not. We've been at it before everybody became he, she, we, they, we. And I really don't want to get into that thing because... honestly, it's a different ball game entirely.
Oh, it is a different ball game. There are a lot of things you don't understand, and that's the honest truth. But we're talking about a few things. That the Premier League is definitely in full swing. In fact, now, I think from now till the end of the season, or for a few weeks, we're going to be seeing a lot of games being played during the week, which we didn't see. Of course, that it was caused by the, I think, 6-week break.
Yeah,
of the World Cup.
The World Cup.
There are a lot of games.
The World Cup was a disruption to the free flow of the Premier League and all the other leagues. Sue me.
So basically, so that we're going to be talking about for a little bit. Then there's of course it's Friday, New Music Friday. There's not a lot of very popular music out there, but the ones that are out there, we definitely would talk about it. Then there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of drama here and there, but of human angle stories as well. We're going to be giving you all this at the bar today.
That's what it is. So kick back, relax, and let's go.
So now let's start from, I think we should just start quickly from the game that happened yesterday. That will not take a lot of our time. The game that, of course, everybody was looking forward to was the Manchester City-Chelsea game. And it wasn't surprising. The game ended 1-0. Okay, for people that don't know, it ended 1-0 in favor of Manchester City. That was scored by Mahrez. Fantastic team. But you know that this season, it just keeps coming back to the fact that football is extremely unpredictable. Yes, it would have bet that Manchester City would have beat Chelsea. Yeah, I agree. But the one that surprised me was the fact that a few days ago, Chelsea was literally beating black. Do you get? Mm-hmm. And it was almost like Manchester City struggled to get that one goal in.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, make it make sense.
It's football, and at times, even in life, you find that your opponent determines your level of performance at times. Mm-hmm. At times you tend to, play according to the person that you're playing with. Again, when a team loses or goes, on a downward spiral, they want to quickly bounce back.
Yeah.
So regardless of who it was, Chelsea was going to come back and not allow Man City do a number on them. And, it was a game that Chelsea could have gotten something major out of.
Yeah, I agree.
They came across like a team that actually, had something to prove. And they
the funny thing is that you wonder, why can't you always play like this?
Well, that's life for you, it happens to even you.
Anyway, like you said, the opponent you have determines how you play. But at times now, is it because that the underestimate some of these teams.
At times they do.
Because if you play the way you play Manchester City, you play. Let's take as little as. Shout out to all these teams, yeah. I'm not saying that anybody's bad, but Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Everton, like if you go in every time, like, and because the honest truth is, whether it's Brighton, whether it's Fulham, whether it's anybody, it's the same 3 points.
I would like to quickly explain myself here that if you see me drinking wine in a jug, I'm not a bushman, no. It's just necessity. before they start to say that someone was drinking red wine in a jug, I'm actually one for the right flute and the right cup and all of that. But and again also to mention that
what happened
today?
You had a flute. What happened to the flute?
I didn't have time to go get it.
Yeah.
So today's Boomba is sponsored by Yemi.
He said you were going to say it.
Yemi and Tokumbo Ojakule, especially Yemi Ojakule.
Oh God.
Not that Tokumbo guy.
Talks they have been relegated.
Yeah, Cabernet, Sauvignon, and grape.
Anyway, so my issue is that
red wine.
We say that some teams are top teams, some teams are. Whether you play Manchester City, or you play Fulham, or you play Arsenal, or it is Brighton you're playing, it's the same 3 points. So, like, they're not going to differentiate it or say, because you played Manchester United, you are going to have 6 points. So maybe if teams go in to every single game, like, it's not about who we're playing with, it's about getting 3 points.
Yeah. So
because I don't feel that there should be any need or any talk of underestimating anybody. I think that does not make any sense, actually.
Once again, you come with a plan. You have a game plan. You've trained. You've done everything. You don't know what your opponent is bringing, regardless of the quality of your opponent. Again, you don't know if the entire team have their heads screwed on tight. It could be anything. Okay. It's only in retrospect that you're now able to analyze and say, this is what went wrong. Maybe you came up setting up to play a certain formation, and your opponent already had a better formation in place. So it could be anything. Actually, it could be anything.
That definitely makes sense. Anyway, another game to look forward to today is Manchester United Everton, and what this season has definitely taught everybody is do not underestimate anybody. That's what I feel like. Take each game with its own merit. Play like your life depends on it. It's about the next game, really. It's not about 20 games more. It's about just the next game. And that's it. Moving on quickly from that, and we're moving on to entertainment. It is New Music Friday, so definitely we're going to be looking at a few songs that are popped up. First song that I saw today, which I think that it's more of a I'm not surprised kind of thing. Kind of, to be honest with you. I think that song dropped about an hour or so ago. It's Cobhams and Two-Face and Larry Gaga. Oh, it's Two-Face, so you would think, yeah, it's Two-Face. But Cobhams keeps being Cobhams.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic song.
It's a beautiful song. It has a reggae feel. And he has this kind of regular Afro beats.
Yeah, he has Afro beats. Like, there's the drop in the beats, the change in it. No, it's beautiful. It's
the cabal that is Two-Face and his brother Larry Gaga. Brother in quotes, because Two-Face was one of the earliest people that I know had any form of collaborations with
Larry Gaga.
I know Larry is related to Ebuka, Ebuka out of the Big Brother fame. But regardless of all of these things I've said, you need to check out the song "Cover Me" by Cobhams. Cobhams is so talented that he has done Fuji.
Yeah.
He can play in any genre. And he does it well.
And this time, like you said, the past few songs he has been releasing, he's been playing. Like, there's a lot of drama
No, the
that
guy's
comes with the song. So I think it's a fantastic song. Another person that does not look like is going anywhere anytime soon. Definitely here to stay. Of course, not like he had left, but ready to stamp his was authority is Kiss Daniel. Kiss Daniel released Rich Till I Die.
Yeah. If you're into affirmations, if you're into, speaking things into reality, I think you should copy the title of that song, paste it in different places, and say it intermittently, Rich Till I Die. That's what he was saying in the song.
Yeah,
So
basically, I'll be
saying
rich till
that
I
no matter
die.
what happens, no matter how it goes. And I seen the video too where the people carrying placards and say cancel Kiss Daniel, this and that. Then they had snippets of some of his shows where some fans stomped the stage. There's a particular lady with bum shorts. I don't think that thing is a bum short. But that's not the topic for today. That thing is more of bum, no shot.
No shots.
There's another lady that got the mic from him to sing, and he was just, playing with them and flexing with them. And I'm like, no, Kiss Daniel, you got this one on lock. It's going to be another Kiss Daniel banger. Take it from us. Take it. Said that we told you and we said so. So that's what it is. New Music Friday. And still staying with New Music Friday, it did not end there. A few weeks or months ago, people kept on going on about the rate or pace or time at which Ashake was dropping songs like they were going out of fashion. Like, he was just dropping song after song.
Yeah.
Some people at some point were like, was it that he was owing Olamide and his record label and he quickly needed
He had
to pay
off
up
his
by
debt.
dropping a lot of songs? But right now, as we speak, someone that sings like Ashake, you must give Ashake the credit for that, though. No matter what anybody says. I'm not trying to. I don't compare artists. I'm not one of those people. But this style was made popular by Ashake. But man, this guy, Shea Vibes, is something else. It's on another.
It's on another case. I think that, but I think what a lot of them are cashing in on is the fact that there's a new wave, and it's almost like once you seem to be recognized, once people seem to see you, Kuku just quickly cashing on it and move. I think that's the concept they're trying to go for, and it makes sense, really. It's a very smart way to go. I think that it is very good. So yeah, there are not a lot of very popular songs that came out this week, but these songs.
So check out.
I think you really should just check
out Shea Vibes, especially Goat, Parable, and Alaska. I like those three songs. Then there's Love Is Not War or something. I've not really gotten into that one, but these three songs that I told you about, check them out, and it's already out on all streaming platforms, and you also get to listen to them on your Boom Radio NG.
Okay, so let's move on quickly from that, and then let's move on to I think I saw a little bit before I wanted to get to politics and all that. Now, there's a story that's been brewing for like a week now. And it is this, I don't know if you really read a bit about it. Is this Alex Ekubo and his girlfriend drama? And the lady seems to be on a roll that she's just going on and on. Now she's even gotten some, what's the word now? She granted an interview where she really came up saying a lot of things, how he was verbally abusive, how he did a lot, and then they were so called celibate, but she caught him cheating. And in fact, a day after they got engaged, he told her to go and look for other men because he would never be with her, and all that. And I'm not saying that she's lying, or I'm not saying that he's good or he's bad or whatever it is. But my question is two things. Was if now the interview also had talks of if they were back together. I said no, that they were not back together, but she just wanted that he wanted the apology to like save his image, but looks like he basically just used the apology to get at her, like he had a plan and all that for her to be bullied online and all that. And my question is, if you broke up with him because of the things that he did, why do you need to apologize?
You can't say everything that you said now and zero in on a so-called apology. And you know, if you're not biased, if you look at both parties and look at how everything panned out, you know, nobody only pass as we dey talk for street, and nobody is completely without
Perfect person. Oh yeah.
without a blame or fault.
Blemish, yeah.
Especially in a relationship. In fact, the process of being in a relationship is making mistakes. And it's how you handle the mistakes that will either glue you together or tear you apart. There will always be mistakes. There will always be ups and downs, but there will always be mistakes. Because we're talking about mixing two different entities and trying to make them one. So they dated for 5 years. She's alleged a lot of things. And she obviously broke it off.
Yeah.
I've seen petty situations where someone breaks up with another person, male or female, doesn't matter. But the person that got dumped feels that, look, if anybody's dumping anybody, it isn't them.
Because you are the one that you have the monopoly of dumping.
So they will do anything. I have seen it happen before.
So that they get to be the one to do the dumping after.
It's an ego
that
thing,
is
right?
that is not egoistic. That's very narcissistic.
Okay, so that falls into that category.
Oh
that's
my
one.
God. That's very
one.
toxic.
That's one. You see a situation where even after someone's dumped someone and the next person goes, I dumped you. No, you didn't dump me. Like, okay, but there was some dumping.
There was a dumping at some point.
You know. So again, it shows how petty some of us can be and how much we can get up to. But in walking away from their engagement, that means they were set to get married.
Yeah.
To tie the nuts and exchange rings and things and whatever things that they were going to be doing. She called it off. But it wasn't only that. There were insinuations online.
Yeah.
About his sexuality.
His sexuality, yeah.
His sexual orientation. Nigeria is still not a country that
accepts those things.
That accepts, non-heterosexual relationships.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that they're not prevalent or that people are not dabbling or not living different lives. There are people who swing both ways. But officially in Nigeria, there are laws against, non-heterosexual relationships. Officially in Nigeria, it's, apart from the law, there is a perception by brands and people. So what people are saying, a lot of people, is that when she called it off, well, fine boy, everybody is one of those guys that people talk about. I didn't know about these guys until all of this, so I had to do a lot of reading and, I make no apologies about it. I'm just not into
those things.
I am not into Nollywood. I'm not apologetic. I'm into Nigerian music. So, but it's not about me today. So that's why I don't know a lot of these guys. But I started digging. I was reading through his timeline, our timeline, checking their friends and things that people were saying. So they're saying that it must have affected, him and his brand, and that it was really.
I think that people are just forgotten about it. Really,
but he didn't. He did not, because he's probably the one that was at the receiving end of everything.
Okay.
So they're claiming that what he did. A lot of people are claiming that what he did was it's a two-way thing. One, to hurt her back, but two, for breaking up with him, and 2 was for him to prove that he wasn't swinging both ways. So, which means that what could have happened or what could have transpired was that when she apologized the way she did, everybody moves their focus off his perceived whatever and look at, oh man, the babe that hurt him is back to say sorry.
Back to say sorry, yeah.
So all of that is what had transpired, according to a lot of people. And she, granted several interviews, points to that line there, because she's saying that after apology, the man blocked her on all platforms, man.
Yeah, that's just petty.
So that means
he just wanted
what he wanted.
That doesn't even make any sense.
To you.
It does not make any sense.
But to him, it has changed the narrative.
The only question I have, which, to be honest with you, I don't even blame him. That's the honest truth. I don't blame him. And the reason why I do not is that if all what she's saying is true, and she's made a lot of allegations as to why she broke off the engagement in the first place, which I feel they're actually valid reasons, yeah? Makes sense. It took you 5 years to get to the point where you say, which I don't blame anybody for staying longer than perceived necessary. Do you understand? Like something my mom says, that like everybody's threshold is different. So you can't force people to things you see. Their threshold, they still probably have that threshold yet. So if they're not there yet, they're not there yet. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. So I get it. It took her 5 years to get to that point, and she definitely cut it off then. Which, if those were the reasons why she broke off with the guy, they're very valid reasons. So what did he suddenly tell you for you to change your mind about it? That's the one that it wasn't
burst
my head.
No, and that's why, because you're just looking at it from a very tiny space, which I think is completely unfair. It wasn't a sudden telling. It was a
over time
pressurized format of coming at this person, according to her.
That's what I'm saying. That kind of person, you will cut him off. Like, cut him off completely.
Yeah, that's Dolupo speaking for Dolupo's sake. She's not you.
True.
And you're not her. And they have mutual friends, and there are people asking questions and saying, oh, he's sorry, you guys should get back together. And they're doing all sorts. So at times we can't judge people. Not at times, we should never even judge
people. Yeah,
we shouldn't. And if you're going to even analyze and break it down, you need to look at things from their own perspective and what might have led to this. Because it's funny how someone is breaking up with someone, the same person is the same person that's apologizing.
Okay, anyway, that now you get my point. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, still talking a little bit about entertainment today. Somebody seems to be going off on Twitter, and this particular person, Nigerian singer, Brymo, also known as the most current Olonwiyo, has now said that he is not sorry for the comments he made concerning Igbo presidency. He tweeted and said, let me read his tweet so that maybe people will get the context. That was what started it. He tweeted and said that as long as there are talks by prominent people from Igbo land about Biafra, an Igbo presidency will be a pipe dream. And of course, everybody knows what a pipe dream is. You know that he has always been, what's the word? The past few weeks, he has been very vocal about the presidency. If nobody else knows who they're voting for or who is on their side, he has made his own very, very, very vocal, as well as a few other, entertainers. And I think that he has also gotten a lot of backlash for it. But on the other hand, he definitely was the one that started the idea of City Boy, that even the presidential candidate that he was referring to has now adopted the name City Boy from what he said. So, honestly, now, it just looks like Brymo is on a roll and he going guns blazing. He has been on and about it for about 2-3 days now.
About 4 or 5 days.
He's just not stepping down. He's saying what he said. Is I said what I said. I think that's that's the phase he's in now.
It's a touchy topic. It's an interesting one. How, you look at it, it has to be from different perspectives.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have come at him frontally. They've even cursed him.
Yeah, today he tweeted, "There Easterners, I'm not sorry."
Yeah,
Definitely not sorry.
The thing is, I don't think there is this much of a big deal.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. What I see is that people have not forgiven him for being partisan.
Yes, I think that is it. I think that is it.
I
agree.
I see that from the day when he tweeted on his own about, let the city boy be and blah, blah, let him do what he wants to do and all of that. People came for him.
Yeah, I think that's it. So there's already a biased angle to everything that he says.
Brymo is one of the few singers, celebrities on social media that stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
There's a guy called something Worry Guy or something that said he was supporting Bola Tinubu. One Delta State guy, Mr.
Jollof?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was on about Tinubu for a while. Then he recants after a while and says, no, that is too much pressure, that he's not going to support Bola Tinubu anymore. And that comes from pressure.
Yeah.
Online and offline. People are going to come at you. Oh, we're not going to download your songs anymore. We're not going to play your music. We're not going to patronize you. We're not going to come to your shows.
But I think that's ridiculous, though. Shouldn't people have their own opinion?
People say that and
do
that a lot.
I get it, but what I'm saying though is that people are allowed, other than the fact that you see them as musicians, they're allowed to have their own lives as well.
Yeah,
they're allowed to have their own opinion. What's different between him supporting APC presidential candidate and P Square supporting the Labour Party? There's no difference.
Okay, so they
performed at one of the presidential campaign rallies.
There's a I won't call it a misconception, but there is an assumption. There's an assumption
everybody should go on
that young people, artists, celebrities, everybody should be against the government of the day and anything that is associated to
and I think
them.
that's for what you said is very, if anyone thinks like that, that's very myopic.
Well, but it's real. Look around.
No, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen or it's not happening. So I'm just saying that if you actually have that mentality, is very myopic. Why I said so is because two things is, one, I remember there's something I always hear is the devil, even the devil has its own followers. So no matter how you think, it's perceived really. No matter how you think, or even if you have evidence that the government is bad. Take, for example, Hitler had followers. And Hitler is probably one of the most hated people in the world at the moment. Do you get? So you cannot now say because you feel that somebody did this or they didn't do this, everybody is going to hate them. And I think that even politically, that is a very, very unreasonable thing to do.
Where you might be wrong or might be getting it wrong is that you're trying to rationalize from where you stand. You get. Again, some people need this feel. They need this anger. They need this hatred to do some of the things that they do. I remember when people were talking about why there's a lot of abuse on social media, people supporting a particular candidate and all of that. Now, one of the top members of the person's campaign said that people are angry and that they should leave them alone, that they should express themselves. You know? So, again, right or wrong, some people are going to feed off this energy.
Yeah.
However, for Brymo, in Brymo's case, Brymo has always been what you can call
Different.
headstrong.
Yeah.
Different is a nice way to put it.
Yes.
You know? And you can look at it, his trivials with his record label.
Yeah, I think he has always come off as...
And all that. And it tells you that he knows what he's doing and he's going to stick, to his guns.
Stick to his guns, yeah.
Now, if Brymo